Welcome back, everybody. My name is Gregtech, and this is Gregtech New Horizons. So at the end of the last video, I pretty much decided on going with a benzene setup for powering my system. Now, I have not converted to that. Instead, what I did focus on was making the Advanced Precision Laser Engraver. I also went ahead and was knocking out the quests for both the emitter and the sensor. The emitter needed for the precision laser engraver. The sensor is going to be needed probably later for the MV miner. I can throw that into there and utilize that way. But the MV miner is not currently on my list. Instead, what I am currently looking to make is the fluid solidifier, the chemical reactor, looking at making two of the robot arms, the MV robot arms, in order to, I'm guessing, unlock the advanced assembler or advanced assembling machine. I honestly don't recall where that fell in the list of stuff. I do know that it does take those, so I'm assuming with the conveyors done and then getting the first robot arm done that it will unlock a quest for the advanced assembling machine. I also went ahead and did the quests to get the electrical steel, conductive iron, and pulsating iron quests done, as well as the 32 dark steel. Now, the 32 dark steel, and I believe it's the pulsating iron ingot. Let's see. Yeah, the pulsating iron ingot. Both of these, you need to have the oxygen available for it. Because of the heat capacity for the non-oxygen version, your EBF just won't smelt it until you have the next level up of coils, and those are still a little ways away yet. So what I've been doing is slowly smelting up a little bit of aluminum at a time. I kind of wait for this guy to fill up and then wait for these guys to fill up. Yeah, you can see, oh, not too bad. He's already full. That one should already be full. So I should be able to just pop this guy back in here and get another 10 going. I've also been smelting up some more steel over in there. And my friends who have been joining me on the server have expanded our main room here just a little bit. I guess they felt we needed a little more space there. So they've made that space available. And then they went ahead and, at my request, made a whole mess of weeds. One of the quests that you saw I just had open there under the fishing, farming, and cooking is to get 4 stacks of weeds. So they went ahead and just planted a bunch of crop sticks in order to get that knocked out for me. You can see the little bits of water here and there for keeping these plants watered. Not much else going on. They've done a little bit. They did a big old cotton field up here to make string with, some wheat to grow the pets, I guess, and then some potatoes. Not sure exactly why on the potatoes. I made this small apple tree farm simply because one of the biodiesel quests, the initial one up here, biofuels, wants you to collect a stack each of the sugarcane, apple, and wheat. So the apples were the hardest part. I already had plenty of sugarcane from before, and the wheat farm down there provided the rest of the wheat. Let's see here. Anything else? One other thing I have done is I did complete the scanner. I have the basic scanner now. Another one of the quests was to get the basic scanner and then get 32 unknown seeds. So that has been done, which unlocks all of this stuff. I can now focus on making the crop analyzer and the crop matron. It'll take me just a little bit because I need to make a new set of circuits in order to make the crop matron, but that will get me to where I can start watering and fertilizing some easy reeds in order to get stickweed, and then start leveling up some stickweed in order to get it ready for the rest of that. So not much has changed on here. Again, I am trying to get my aluminum smelted down so that I can finish up this stuff, the chemical reactor, fluid solidifier, making 2 robot arms, and then I did plan out to get the rest of the stuff necessary for the advanced assembling machine. Also on my list is the Thaumcraft wand. So I had been waiting on this quest for a while to see if my friends wanted to do the magic quests or if they didn't really care, and if they wanted me to go ahead and do it. They want me to go ahead and do it. So I figured now would be a good opportunity, since I have the Magnolium crossbow. It's the upgraded crossbow now, along with these bolts, gives me, I think it's 4 hearts a shot of damage. So I figured, why not take you guys out over here and run just a little north to that spot and take out a wonderful Naga. I think I showed a video killing the Naga in my last playthrough, but it never hurts to see someone work over the Twilight bosses. Sometimes you have people that they like to talk on and on about various things, and they never actually get around to killing stuff. Kind of like what I've been doing. So let's go ahead and do this then. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And there is our Naga. All right. Sorry, being a little quiet here while I run around killing the Naga here. He's not too terribly difficult, especially if you have if you've waited this long to get to the upgraded crossbow. Oh, whew! I was seriously thinking he glitched there, or that I lagged and I was about to get pwned. There we go. That will get all of that together. Yeah, I've got a few things. I can go ahead and head on back. But that does complete the Naga quest. Right here under Novice Thaumaturge. That gets us our 2 Naga scales. I just need to make some aluminum screws, and then I can make our iron-capped wand. The other thing that does do is knocks out the big ugly snake here in the, what is this, the Kill All the Things quest line, and gets us ready to take on the Twilight Lich. So yeah, pretty good, nice and easy. Wasn't terribly difficult there to wipe this guy out. Let's see here, there. I still have one more, good. There we go. Oh, yeah. All right, so not terribly hard to take out the Twilight Lich. Just takes a little bit of patience, and he gets worked over pretty easily, especially when you have something that can deal long-range damage. He does have that charge, and so it's easiest if your charge can stun him or knock him back just enough that he stops the charge, which is what the crossbow is good for. You can hear the howling. I don't know if you happen to saw. I don't know if I showed it off before, but here in my Twilight Forest, I am literally right next to one of the frozen wildernesses, and it's got the dire wolves in there. So I kind of built up a small fortress after dying multiple times, and then dug a tunnel and ran a tunnel underneath and around. I haven't seen them spawn right up here. I suppose they could spawn right up there, but I haven't seen them spawn there, so I do okay with that. All right, pop back out over here. Just an update on my nice little farm over here. It has garnered me just over 7,000 experience. I have no idea what that is in terms of levels. I do know that is 7 buckets worth of experience because it's 1,000 per bucket. But it is doing rather well, sitting down there, getting XP slowly so that I can start thinking about duplicating this Fortune 3 book and then start opening these loot bags using them as enchanted. So anyway, I am going to let my EBF run some more, hopefully get all of that. I need all of the rest of that aluminum smelted down in order to knock out the chemical reactor, fluid solidifier, robot arms, and assembling machine. I can check off the Thaumcraft wand though. Where did my friends move that material to? They put it away for me somewhere. I forget where though. Not in my magic bin. So I can make that real quick and then I will disappear for a bit while I work on, there it is, while I work on the, what do you call it? The rest of this stuff that I'm looking at. I'll probably have to throw on one more aluminum since I do need that other aluminum for the 4 screws. So I guess I won't make the wand just yet. You'll probably see it when I come back. But anyway, not bad. 13 levels of XP for killing the Naga and got us set up and further along in that quest. So I will see you back here in a while. We have a bit more progress done today. So, I'd been planning for a while now to make the fluid solidifier, the chemical reactor, the assembling machine, and I was debating on a 4th machine, and I finally decided to make it the bending machine from the MV age. So I went ahead and gathered up all the parts necessary in order to put this stuff together. Here I have my 4 machine hulls. And then over in this one, I have the setup for the assembling machine, although I'm guessing it wants it like that. There it is. The MV assembling machine is done there. I also have the stuff set up to make the chemical reactor, which should be about here like so. There is our chemical reactor. I also have the stuff set up and ready to make our fluid extractor, I believe. I hope I have everything I need to make it. What is the 4th thing I'm thinking of? Fluid solidifier. What am I missing? Oh, the chest. Okay. So that goes there. Chest goes there. There is the fluid solidifier. And then last but not least, we have our 2 pistons, our 2 electric motors, 2 chips, and 2, and again, messing that up. No? Alright, I know this is supposed to go some way like that. Let's see. Advanced bending machine. Oh, I'm sorry. The bending machine needs 1 cable and the wrench. That's what was different. So those guys there, and the wrench, and there is the MV bending machine. So that is all 4 of my MV quest things that I wanted to put together, namely the fluid solidifier, the chemical reactor, and the assembling machine are the 3 important ones. The bending machine, however, is nice because that unlocks the time for a spade quest, which is perfect for as soon as I can build my forestry blocks, the spade will come in handy. Now, the reason you need the MV bending machine is because it needs dense steel plates, which are, of course, 9 steel plates all stacked on top of each other and crushed down into one. The other nice thing about getting the MV bending machine is that means I should also be able to make the void upgrade for the storage drawers, because it needs dense obsidian plates to go with it in order to make these void upgrades, and the void upgrades are then great for any kind of storage drawer setup where you are going to run into producing more items than you can make use of. Namely, in the case of the Steve's farm carts, I was doing it so that I can slap it onto this sapling drawer and not have to worry about coming over here and dumping out saplings. Now, that's not really going to make a whole big lot of a difference if I decide to do the benzene quest line, or not quest line, but the benzene power line soon, because that will make this thing, all this setup, well, it'll make some of this setup obsolete. I can use the charcoal to make the benzene, and I will still want to go ahead and burn at least some of the creosote, with some of the excess creosote probably going to making lubricant, especially since I will need some more lubricant in order to complete this quest right here, the MV energy hatch. These energy hatches require 2 lubricant cells, and then also require me making these ultra low power ICs. The UL picks are made with the wafers, and the wafers need either a Terra lens or an Emerald lens. So I was debating on how I wanted to go about doing that. My best bet right now is probably to go ahead and get the Emerald lens from this quest reward so that I can continue on. I can then either focus on making the MV lathe in order to make like the diamond lens. I could probably do the same with the emerald lens if I wanted to go to the lathe and get the ruby lens now, since you can't really make I don't think you can make a ruby block to chop into a plate to then lathe. Let's see. Ruby. If the ruby and the diamond if the ruby can do it too, then there's no reason why I should want to make a whole mess of rubies in order to make this ruby lens. So it's an exquisite ruby. Oh, or a ruby plate. And a ruby plate is probably with the cutting machine on a block of ruby. And can I compress that? I can. Okay, so the emerald lens makes the most sense in terms of progression right now, since I can make diamond and ruby blocks and then compress them into, or rather, I can make the blocks and then cut them, and then once I get an MV lathe, I can just make those lenses. So I'm going to go ahead and claim this reward now. Nope, didn't throw it. Okay, had just enough space in my inventory. Here we go. Put away the coins. There was no quest bag because I got the emerald lens, but now that emerald lens can be slapped into here, and then I can grab just one wafer, and then we can take that one wafer, and since I'm not making anything else at the moment, go ahead and get that thing queued up. Well, this isn't going to take long, is it? I thought it was going to take longer than that to make this LPIC wafer. Do I need to hold the wafer? I do, for a short period of time, and then cut it in. So let's hold it. Get the quest update. Or I'll just jump over there. There we go. There it is. And then we'll slap one of these into the cutting machine. Let it go. Let's see here. Do these guys make 2 each? No, they make 6 each. Okay, so I guess I only need to cut up the one. There's no reason I shouldn't cut up both of them, simply because you can't really use them in this form here. If we right click on that, yeah, literally the only thing you can do with them is cut them into the low power ICs, and they want you to make 4 of them. Even though it gives you 6, the 4 is required so that you can make your MV energy hatches. Pain in the rear, I know, but they are what they are. So I will focus on getting the rest of this, make a couple more pumps, get some lubricant and some aluminum wire, and go ahead and knock out these MV energy hatches. But that's about as far as I'm going to be able to get. Putting the MV energy hatches onto the EBF is not going to get me anything, because I have no way currently of producing MV power. The energy hatches, however, are nice, because that should get me into, well, you guys, anyone who hasn't played this before wouldn't know that right here in the middle is the stainless steel quests, and they want you to upgrade your EBF in power because you're going to need it in order to smelt down the stainless steel. So they kind of make you go in that order, get the EBF upgrade, feed it with power, and then start making the actual stainless steel. So that should complete that quest. There we go. Quest complete. Pop those in there, and I'll just hang on to them for right now. But it is good to have all this stuff done and ready for me. Any other key quests? I do need to make the integrated logic circuit and RAM. I also need to come all the way down here and work on the ethylene, which then gets into the molten plastic line. And then from there, I forget where or how it wraps around or whatever, but that will get us to the newer circuits so that we can start looking at making the HV circuits to break into Tier 4 with HV. So I think I will call this video good here. My plans are to actually finish the forestry farm. My stuff right here, I've completed the apatite, the electron, what is this, the apatite tubes? Yeah, the apatine electron tubes, and then I made a mess of the farm blocks. I did not go with the standard 32. I went with 20 crafts of each. 10 craft. No, it had to be 20 crafts of each in order to make, yeah, these guys right here. I made just over right at a stack and a quarter of the forestry farm. I may need to make a little bit more than that in order to make a full-size forestry farm, but I'm going to first complete these guys and then work on building a few more of these and get my farm up and running. The only problem I'm going to have is right here with the farm logic. They want you to make the basic circuit board, and I actually need to get to the intricate circuit board in order to really put the farm to use. The intricate circuit board might be HV, though. I may not be able to make these. HV tier. How nice. So I'm going to have to get all the way up to the HV chips before I can make 4 of these guys. But as soon as I can make 4 of them, either in the carpenter or here in the circuit assembler, as soon as I can make those, I will be able to fully set up the forestry multi-farm and get it for the max size, which I hope you guys are looking forward to. One of the other things looking at making the crop matron and the crop analyzer so that I can start analyzing the crops and work on the stick reed to get more sticky resin without having to deal with those rubber trees that we've got planted right out back there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call this video good here. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Till then.